Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you've never been here before, my name is Avalon and I am maybe 80 days away from moving to Albania. This channel kind of tracks my progress, process, all of that to get there. But I've had an amazing week, everybody. It's been pretty spectacular. Things are really starting to take shape. So a week ago, I started intense weight training for 90 days. It is kicking my butt, but I love it. And I'm on a very strict eating regime and drinking tons of water, and I'm taking like, I don't know, 50 supplements a day. It's crazy, but you know, it's working. And I just went into the cardiologist today to check my heart. That was the last thing to check. My father and mother both had strokes. My father died of a heart attack. So everybody wants to make sure that my heart is okay. And it is, it's fine. He's going to do a couple more in-depth tests, but I'm sure he's not going to find anything remarkable other than I have a fabulous heart. And that's it. Then we're done. So with this whole health thing, which is really kind of taking up a lot of my day, a lot of my time, because now I'm doing yoga and Tai Chi and I'm rebounding, and then I have to do this sort of exercises that I do at the gym, and then I have a trainer twice a week. So where we use heavy weights, and it's just, I don't know how people, I see why they get sponsors, because you don't have time to do anything else. You just have to be at the gym. But at any rate, that's going great. And I found a new tutor. I don't know if I told you, I've really liked my tutors. They've been fine, and the program's about, this woman is a rock star, and she's close to my age, and she's a history buff like I am. So she's telling me the origins of the language and how words came from other words and who were the countries that influenced it. And I mean, I just love it. I love it. So we had an hour of that today, and I was just eating it up, enjoying every minute of it. But I think with her, I will definitely be able to at least be conversational when I get there. I'm going to continue when I get there. I've been listening to a lot of comments. You guys, so great. So many of you are watching my videos that are actually in Albania right now. And I really appreciate your feedback. It's marvelous because it gives me a lot of food for thought. And I was asked a number of times, why am I learning the language? People speak English. That's not why I'm moving to a foreign country. I purposely chose not to go to an English-speaking country so I could learn another culture, I could learn another language. I've learned other languages in the past, and I've loved it, and I know I could do it this time. It just, for me, makes the whole experience richer. And I just don't want to talk to people that speak English. I want to talk to people that speak their own language, or Italian, or French, or some of the other languages I dabble in. So that's why I moved. That's why I'm going to the Balkans. I've never been there. I can't wait to learn more about it. And I want to be as prepared as I possibly can be. I don't want to live in an expat community. I don't need Americans as neighbors. I've done that. And I really loved living in other countries where I had other countrymen living next to me. I learned so much from these people. I mean, I didn't have to learn Dutch. The Dutch can speak every language on the planet, I swear to God. They're fluent in probably 10 languages, as were our next door neighbors. But they love the fact that we tried. You know, I'd go over to them, dag meneer, just speak a little Dutch to them. And they loved it. They loved the whole thing, that we would at least make the attempt. And we were kids. And I saw the impression that it made on them, and it made a huge impression on me as well. And since then, any country that I was even going to go visit, I learned some of the language. I'm not anticipating, I don't want Albania to be like the United States. If I wouldn't leave here if I loved it. I don't want to be here. I want to go somewhere new. I want to try on a new culture. And so that's what I'm doing. So I appreciate you guys telling me that there are folks there that speak English, and I think that's great, because I'll probably need that from time to time, but I'm going to do my best to be able to speak their language. to them. So there's that. And she's, like I said, she's phenomenal. And you're also, a lot of you have given me suggestions on the different towns and villages and such I should visit. And I love that, because that's helping Penny and I. Those of you who don't know Penny, she's ChatGPT. We're working on this together. We're creating a plan for me. I land in Toronto. I have 2 weeks there in an Airbnb, and from there I go to 11 other towns and cities and villages or whatever, parts of the country, a month in each place, and learn the different areas and figure out what I want to do from there. And if I want to stay in Albania, there's Macedonia, which is close by. There's Greece, which is next door. But I am learning the language, and I really hope that it works out for me. So there's that. What else can I tell you? Oh my goodness, so much. Oh, so my goddaughter is not gonna come. She's not leaving when I leave. I have a ticket. October 13th, Tuesday. And I'm leaving from Boston. I have a group of friends there that I'm gonna say goodbye to and leave from Boston. And my goddaughter will join me either, she turns 18 in December, so there's a good chance she's gonna wanna stay here with her friends and do that and then come after that. I don't know, she'll come at some point. But now that we know this, I can go ahead and start my my plan. And oh, hang on, sorry about seeing the back of my head. I was looking for my, oh, here it is. My thing I wrote. My farewell tour. Sorry about the mess. I know you can see it. This is my office, and we're selling things out of here like crazy. And so I just haven't been able to stay up with it. And at this point, who cares? Nobody's looking at it. So I'm going to start my farewell tour in Colorado Springs. You know, a number of people in Colorado, in that area, that I'd like to go see. So that's going to be the first leg of my trip. And I'm going to go from there to Kansas City, Cincinnati, Toledo, Athens, Parkersburg, West Virginia. Then I'm going to drive down to Tampa, Florida, and then back up to Charlotte, North Carolina, Leesburg, Virginia, Washington, D.C., Asheville, North Carolina, New York State, Norwalk, Connecticut, and finally Boston. Yay! I love a road trip. I mean, who doesn't love a road trip? So I don't know how long that's going to take. I think I'm going to leave here around the 27th of September and head to Colorado. I have to be in Ohio on the 4th of October because we're having a reunion. I went to grade school and middle school with these kids, and they've become some of my best friends throughout life. And even though I didn't graduate high school with them, I still go to the reunions because I love seeing them. So they're having one on the 4th, and I need to be there. And that's pretty much the only hard date I have other than the 13th. I guess I have to be in Boston by the 11th because we're having some sort of something going on there. So anyway, that's happening. And it's feeling real, very real now that I'm doing this, that I have a system in place where I wake up in the morning and I go through all these exercises and all this eating routine and then learning my languages and packing. And I already started packing one of the suitcases because I keep getting, buying things that I'm going to take, which are probably none of the things that I need. So I really enjoy the fact that I am now communicating with a number of expats who are there in Albania who can tell me, need to bring that or bring plenty of that and that sort of thing. I understand the clothes they say aren't very stylish, but as I mentioned before, I like to make my own, and shoes and things like that might be more difficult to get. So I'm going to take a suitcase full of shoes and fabric. But oh my gosh, you guys, it's just, it's very real, and I couldn't be more excited about my choice. I'm going to sell my car on the East Coast because now I've decided to drive everywhere. It doesn't make any sense to fly to all these places. That would be crazy. And then, use like CarMax or one of those places and just sell it there. And that will be the end of my car ownership, at least for now. I really don't have any intention. I could get a 3-wheeler electric bike. I could get a scooter. Who knows? Wherever I end up, I'll see what the climate is, what kind of the road situation is, and whether in fact I need a car. Do I want a car? I don't know. Might want a tractor or something. Who knows? Because I really would love to end up a place with a little land. So a couple people have mentioned about the dog thing. They said that the dog problem isn't as bad as we've heard it is. Well, yes and no. The dogs are well fed. That's great. A lot of them, and they're not. They don't hear of the bites as often as maybe we do because I'm watching all these different channels. However, they still need to be spayed and neutered. They still need, it's just their lives last longer, better quality of life. And dogs are meant to be with people. They just not like that sort of thing. So I understand there are some rescues in some parts of the country, and I'm going to see what I can do about that still, since that's my expertise, that's my area of business building. I really would love to see if there's a way that we can maybe make it a little easier on everybody. And so there's that. I'm also looking at what I need to do to be able to practice my healing work there. I work primarily on babies and mature women 50 and older, just because that's what I like to work on. And so I want to see what I need to do, what kind of licensing I need, that sort of thing, to ensure that I can continue to do my healing practice there as well. They're giving me great insights as to the banks and where to go and how to get there, and just it's wonderful. It's really wonderful because I feel like I'm armed. Every day I get more and more information, and it just makes my decision making easier and better because I have more information, of course. So that's all going very well. And to those of you who are watching my videos, I really appreciate you very, very much for giving me your feedback and letting me know where I'm making mistakes or what's right, what's wrong, what I should expect. The Albanian people are upset with their government, and rightly so, and that's why they've taken to the streets, and I love that about them. I think that's what we should be doing, but since we're not doing it, I'm 100% in support of them to really, make their voices heard. So that's pretty great. That's still happening. That isn't a deterrent for me at all. I like I like knowing I'm going to a country where people actually feel like they have a voice, or they use their voices. Either way, doesn't matter. They're just, at least they're out there trying to make a difference. And again, here we are, here we sit. So that is exciting still. I don't know, I'm starting to stutter because I'm so excited. Calm down. Take a breath. I guess it's because I have wanted to do this for so long. I have wanted to leave this country for when did I leave Washington, D.C.? Since 2011. I left Washington, D.C., and I loved it there. I did. I wasn't in politics. I was in the dog business, but still, I loved it. And I've not found a home since then. And I've kind of been a vagabond. I've been definitely a gypsy, wandering around, trying to find a place where I fit in, where I felt at home, and I couldn't do it. And my tribe kind of dispersed from Washington, and they all went different places, and so that's not even there for me anymore. And I miss that. I had a friend that would have these dinner parties at his house, and he would just invite random people, just whomever. And it was wonderful just to hear different stories and different perspectives on topics. And I miss that. I miss that kind of communication. I miss learning from other people. And I'm really, really hoping I can develop that, in Albania somewhere. So there's that. And I think what I'm feeling right now, instead of being overwhelmed and which is somewhat of it, it's more just excitement, and it's more joy. I'm feeling joy that I have finally moved in the direction of doing this for myself. This is all for me. The name change is happening. I got the call today from the government's office. They needed a couple more pieces of paperwork, of course, and then they can get my hearing. I have to get in front of a judge and explain why I'm changing my name, which is going to be a lot of fun because it's kind of crazy. And then finally I get my official document so I can get. I went ahead and got a passport in the old name just in case, because nothing's going to stop me from getting out of here. And in case anybody wants to block me. I don't think that's going to happen. I think I'm just being paranoid, but after 14 years of oppression, one gets paranoid. So hopefully there won't be any reason to keep the old passport and I can just use the new name on the new one. All that is it's just all coming together. It's pretty beautiful. And I'm so grateful to those of you who are sharing in this journey with me and who are supporting me and kind of cheering me on and say, you go. And it's lovely. It's really lovely. So thank you all for that. I thank you all for your advice. Please keep it coming. I am not offended at all. If you say I'm wrong or I'm doing something that I shouldn't be or I'm saying something that's not accurate, please correct me. I'm very interested in hearing, because I've not been there and you are there. So I'm interested in your experiences. So thank you so much. And that's it. That's the update for today. I'm sorry I'm not doing these as often as I said I would. Again, I was super busy, but loving every second of it. But I'll try to do a little bit more as things start to come together. Maybe next time I'll show you what I have in my suitcase already. Thank you. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye.